Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Just put the last coat on the bases. So apart from my little feet over there, which I'm going to have to, I don't want to mess about with them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screw in each one and set up some strings with some loops on so that I can hold the screw and coat the whole thing, all, you know, the sides, the edges, both sides and everything, and then just tie the screw to a piece of string and let them hang so that I can do the whole thing in one coat. I don't want to be fiddling around with those. But that's not a today thing, on the grounds that the wheels for the staging don't arrive till Saturday. And that includes the set of wheels didn't come with screws, so I've had to get some screws. They're coming together from Amazon. They'll be here Saturday, so there's no rush to get those feet done, although this week seems to have flown past. So tomorrow, when everything's properly dry, I'll get the grow room cleared up. All this timber can now be stacked somewhere. Doesn't matter where. That clears the grow room out, and I've got to water tomorrow. This stuff is gasping out here. But we do have a new bloom, and it's rather special. Just the one. What about that then? Is that not a bit special? The colours. It's the contrast more than the individual colours. Absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't it be good if it was a spike with loads? But it's not, it's just the one. But very large as well. This is a large bloom. That brown colour, velvety. So there we go, a new bloom. And yeah, I think it's probably fragrant, but not at the moment. It's quite late in the afternoon now. I've got to start cooking in a minute. I'm treating myself tonight. I'm having cottage pie. It's not a pie actually, there's no pastry involved. But basically it's just chopped up onions and mince. And then it has carrots in it. And I always put a tin of baked beans in it as well, lots of tomato puree and beef stock, and let that simmer together. And then basically when it's done, it gets portioned up into containers and then gets mashed potato put on the top. And on the one I will have tonight, it will go under my halogen oven, which doubles up as a grill, and I'll just brown that mashed potato on the top. And I'm going to have some wine, even though it's the middle of the week. I'm trying to restrict my wine to weekends only because I was getting through a bit too much really. So there we go, a rather nice collagen-y. Lovely combination of colours there. I'm well pleased with that, and it's a good size as well. I mean, that is a lovely size bloom. So there we go, work's done. Clear up tomorrow and water, and on Monday I've got my MOT for the car, which I'm not looking forward to. For 2 years in a row now I've got away with nothing actually being done, but for 2 years I've had advisories which basically say my discs and my disc pads, so my brakes all round, are becoming worn, but they're not bad enough to fail. Well, I've got away with it for 2 years. I'm hoping to get away with it again. I do such low mileage in my car, 6,000, less than 6,000 a year. So it's very low mileage. And yeah, I don't do a lot of motorway driving, which I don't know whether that wears the brakes out more or not. But yeah, it's on Monday, so I've got to take the car in Monday morning, get the bus back. That's a bit of an experience with my free bus pass, so I don't pay. and then wait for them to phone up. If those discs and pads have got to be done this time round, we're looking at a lot of money, unfortunately, and it is a lot of money as well, and it's in a month where my rent's due, so that's right when I don't need it. And the following month, at the beginning of the following month, my car insurance is due for the year. So this is not good. This is an awful lot of payout. No difference in the income, nothing changes. So yeah, it could be a bad month, but it's got to be done. I need the car, and I look at it like this: if I have to pay for those repairs, well, it's maintenance really, this time round, I'm going to average it over 3 years effectively and say, well, it's cost me this much per year to keep the car going, even though I'm going to pay it out all in one go. It would be nice to have paid it over 3 years, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, a bit of faffing around on Monday, but tomorrow I must water things. Yeah, this video is getting filmed late on Thursday afternoon, just before I go and get my tea, evening meal, and I will post it Friday morning. So I won't be filming tomorrow, Friday, and then I don't know what I'll film on Saturday. We'll get something done. I'll probably do another repot or something. I have still got some to do, and then Sunday we will have our Sunday chat. And at some point, I don't know when, I will be screwing all this timber together and getting the stands set up outside and getting the trees on them. So that's probably about half a day's work to get this all screwed together. I've got an electric screwdriver this time, so we won't have the screwdriver blister in the middle of my hand like I usually do. And but yeah, you know, final decisions on where this staging will be placed, which tree goes where, and what happens to the rest of the staging, which will also get moved at the same time. Even though it's only the trees that are getting moved around, it's effectively a redesign on the garden. And when I've done it all, we'll do a complete garden tour. Now obviously that'll be on the Gardening and Bonsai channel, but we'll do a complete tour of the garden. So all the plants, all the things that have been planted, what's in bloom, where the trees have been moved and everything, and we'll do the whole thing. So that will be next week, obviously. And yeah, I will see you next time, and thanks for putting up with the lack of orchid stuff, really. But I needed to get this done and get this timber sorted out and out the way. Oh, and you will be pleased, there was enough stain. I didn't have to go and buy some more at 30 quid a tin. Yeah, 30 quid for that tin. It's a lot of money for a tin of flipping stain. But there isn't enough in there to do the bench. There might be enough in there just to do the tops of the other two bits of bonsai staging. I mean, that's one out there. Obviously a coat on those top two pieces is not a huge amount of stain really, and it would brighten them up quite nicely. And then the other one's a similar amount. So there's probably enough left to just do that. This is not the sort of work I'm used to, I must admit, but I suppose it does make a change. I could also do without it, but you know, if I don't do this sort of thing, it don't get done. So I'll be glad to get my grow room back and get all this put away, you know, get out of here. I've got quite a lot of spots on the floor, which I shall have to go around and clean up, obviously. It's not my floor. But last time I did some staining in here, I did get some marks on the floor, and it comes off quite easily with a damp cloth. It does sort of, the damp cloth eventually loosens it and it does come off, so it's not a permanent problem. So yeah, we'll get that done. And I will see you, well, what's today, Thursday? You'll be seeing this on Friday, so I will see you Saturday for something different. And yeah, I can see that from when I'm working on the computer. Pretty good stuff. Very pleased with that.